Hi there! Do you bike in the winter? Fact is, not many people do. In this video, I'm going to share 6 things I do to keep my bike winter ready. This is part 1 of a 2-part series. In the next video, I'll focus on clothing. Okay, let's talk bike. The first thing I do is put studded tires on my bike. While studded tires don't really help with snow, they certainly do help with ice. When I used to commute last year, I used to commute on a trail or a bicycle trail that was really well maintained by the City of Toronto, so well done City of Toronto. But there were instances of patches of ice on the trail. Having studded tires, well, again, doesn't help much with the snow, just gave me the confidence to cycle through the winter. I never had to worry about icy patches. I have studded tires on both the front and the back wheel. There are 2 different types of studded tires. The front one has more studs than the back one. On the back one, I can add additional studs. This is the 2nd season I've had these on, and they're getting a little bit dull. So most likely I will be replacing some studs in the next season. The second thing I do to keep my bike winter ready is put fenders on my bike. I have one at the front and one at the back. They are a little bit longer and they have this rubber flap to give me extra protection. Why are fenders important? Well, having fenders definitely helps with keeping all the components cleaner than they would have been had I not had fenders, and also keeping my clothing clean. The third thing I do to keep my bike winter ready is ride on flat pedals. Now, again, I ride on flat pedals all year round, but this is especially important in the winter because, or in a case where I lose balance because I hit an icy patch, I want to be sure that I can dismount the bike as quickly as possible, and flat pedals give me the confidence to be able to do that. They also have studs on them, so they are super grippy, and I have no problem wearing just any winter shoe on them, any shoe whatsoever, again, throughout the year. The next thing I do is I make sure that I keep all of the drivetrain components clean. So this includes the cassette, the chain, the derailleurs, the pedals. I need to make sure that all of that is functioning as it should, that the chain is lubricated, that the cassette is clean, that the chain is clean. Like salt and road grime, it really does have a negative effect on all of these components, so keep them as clean as possible. So what I typically do is I lightly clean my bike twice a week, and then every 2 weeks I do a deep clean, and that has allowed me to keep all of the components in really great working order and from acting up in the winter season. The 5th thing I do to keep my bike winter ready, this really crosses over into clothing, but it's handlebar mitts. Now, I choose to ride with bar mitts. These are neoprene material. They're not heated, but what they do is provide me protection from the wind chill, from the wind, and from any rain. Having these on my bike really helps keep my hands nice and toasty. I don't have to wear big gloves. I can wear just these regular gloves that I wear in the fall and in the spring. There's different types on the market. You can buy some that are that provide an added layer of warmth. These are not those. These are just a neoprene material on its own without any added protection. The last thing I do to keep my bike winter ready is to be well lit. So I have a couple of lights on my handlebars. I have one light at the back. I also have this little light on my helmet, and that is always in the blinking mode. My handlebar lights, I have 2. One I keep as a source of light, and the other one I keep blinking, so for visibility. The one at the back, it's typically in the blinking mode. You always want to be seen in the winter, whether by other cyclists or by drivers if you ride on the road. Super important to be seen. So that's it. That's all I have for you. 6 things that I do to keep my bike winter ready. If you cycle in the winter, what do you do to keep your bike winter ready? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this video, give me a thumbs down if you didn't like it, and leave a comment if you have anything to add or if you have a question. Thanks for watching.